We started stuff in repair rooms about 3 years ago. And we developed a relationship with them, which means they now have about 5 hours more film on black people than they did in the first place, before we got involved, yeah? And also, we've had thousands of people gather all together, go to repair rooms, even who had never been there before, we're not friends black men doing things. And that short interview there, which took half a day to film actually, went out to millions of people who, of course, would never have seen that stuff unless it was for me doing that kind of stuff in the first place. So that is the kind of thing, that's the power of black men, the sort of things we can do when we do get together, do organise and just get on with it basically. Because that was a self-planned, self-organised thing. Nobody gives us enough funding, we just go in and do it for ourselves. So that's what we're trying to do. Alright, well thank you for that. That was a bit kind of feeble, but we do it because it needs to be done. Secondly now, let's move on to some other people, because Ulrich Cross, I got a short interview with him. Connie Mars is another amazing woman from Jamaica who is responsible for the awareness we now have on Mary Seacole to a great extent, but she also helped to preserve a lot of the photographs you saw on this point, you can see on the slideshow. So you'll see Ulrich Cross, you'll see Connie Mark, you're also going to see a guy called Billy Stratford, who's another amazing man, and you'll see a woman called Lillian Bader, who was a black woman born here in 1911. So as far as 1911, you have black people being born here, growing up and then going off to fight. So you'll see all those people talking, pay attention to what they say, because when we come back to later on, I'll be testing you.
You were at Pathfinder, very briefly, what is a Pathfinder?
Well, we went ahead of the bombers and dropped flares so that the bombers could bomb our flares. They thought find the force was established, but it was fairly early in the war at any rate that a large percentage of bomb command bombs were not going on the targets. And so a Pathfinder force was established to drop markers in what we led was a rat race.
So when you came to Britain to join in the war effort, you must have met for the first time lots of different people from different Caribbean islands. How was that?
Well, the communications were so bad at that time. I had never met Jamaica until I came here. So the first time I ever met Jamaica.
So was it exciting? I mean,
It was very exciting, very interesting. Yes, indeed. Couldn't have met this Jamaican here. But Stratford, you were involved in the war effort. What were some of the reasons why you were involved? Well, as I said a moment ago, please excuse my voice. That was like I said a moment ago, it's very difficult being asked for that. Our proportion of a very loyal, brown-skinned, middle-class Jamaican family, and we thought we were British. We were educated to be British. We thought in terms of being British. Now, at my age, I know the distinction. A lot of people can't understand that, you see, because a lot of people feel you were all that way out in Jamaica. What really would the war have to do with you? Well, quite frankly, one didn't even think of it in that context, whether it happened to you or not. I mean, we used to get BBC radio news, and my father, very respectable, Bible-thumping, Freemason, we had to stand up for God's sake the king when it came on the radio. You don't even do it in cinemas here now. So the British Empire was fairly embedded without even thinking of the far west. Why didn't you think about it? Okay. What about the women? Because like Connie, William David here, was one of the men who was in the war. You tried to remember, wouldn't you?
yes, when war broke out, I felt strongly about it because I knew my history of fascists in Italy. When I was 18, I was very upset at the way the Abyssinians were treated. I can still remember the name of the ambassador, Dr. Martin. It really upset me, the way the Abyssinians were treated. Black Abyssinians, gassed. I knew about Spain, and I knew about Germany and the Jews. I'd worked for some Jews. So when war came out, and like anyone else, this is my land, I was born here. This is my land. And I didn't want to see it go down. Now, during World War II, about 5,000 people from the Caribbean served in the RAF. Many thousands more from Africa and the Caribbean served in the Army and the Merchant Navy. Now, this contribution has been largely ignored by historians and movie makers, and Connie was obviously been trying to set this record straight with your exhibition. Tell us about the exhibition.
Yes, I haven't been my body over the years, because every time I do a convention I was in army, we didn't know women in the army, and to say that there was black women serving here during the war with the bomb, I mean, everybody seemed shocked, so I said, okay. So I put my thinking cap on, and I applied for the Greater Honour Arts in London, and they gave me a grant. And I was able to get some photographs of the Imperial War Museum, plus some that I had of myself. And after going to the West Indies, I chaperoned beauty queens of course. Every time I go to Grenada or to Trinidad or anywhere, I said, meet ex-service women, I say to them, have you want me photographs to lend me for my exhibition? And I've been collecting them like that.
So what's been the reaction to your exhibition?
Shock. I still get, we didn't know there were black women in the army. Some people thought it's colored. And we didn't know the idea of sort of thing. But I'm very glad that I stood my ground and I've done it. And if I die tomorrow, I've achieved what I wanted to have done, to let people know that the black women in the army, the black women during the war here in the United Kingdom, and we have done our bit for all of other countries. We've actually done a project on it. Were you surprised by what you found in the project?
Yeah, I was really surprised because it wasn't until end of last year, this year, that I actually knew that any black people in the world at all. It was just, you see the films and it's just, oh, I'm being really proud of this country, and it really shocked me.
So, I mean, let's come to you. I mean, the other sort of films you probably was mentioned earlier is Paxton with American GI. Have you seen the film with black people?
No, not really. I was very surprised because when you find out at school about these things, you only find certain pages with black people on, and you didn't think that blacks did help through the war. It surprised me an awful lot, a lot of my friends.
How do you feel about the fact that black people were left out of the war and English lessons not taught there?
Well, they made such a major contribution. Why have they been forgotten?
That's a question on you. Where do you think they're?
Well, the only reason I can think of is because we were either ashamed that we had to ask for help, or we were prejudiced.
Well, for those of you who are still confused or unsure about what we did in the war, here's some film I'd like to see in the 50th anniversary celebration.
And now I'm going to ask Flying Officer Owen Cross to speak for Indians in the service. Owen is a navigator in one of our golden Brahman service.
Well, it's a tough to know where to start. There are so many of us doing so many different things. In the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, in Rescue and the Marines. In the RENS, the ATS, the WAC, and the nursing services. If I could navigate you on a magic carpet, we find West Indians that are stationed all over the country, and in lots of other places which I'm not allowed to mention.
You've hardly changed a bit.
That was a very short piece of video, but there were so many famous people in there, it wasn't funny.